What's going on, guys? I'm Simple Simon. I am your comic book noob. Welcome to the NOOB Rebirth. I'm here at Big City Comics with my boy Mark. Say hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
I don't know if you know this, Mark, but I am a Batman guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know
Batman
that.
guy.
Oh.
You just thought I was a Star Wars guy.
I just thought you were a Red Hood guy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even think you were nowhere near. I didn't even know you knew who Batman was.
Well, I know who Batman was, and he recently had a movie come out.
This is the guy who hasn't even read Under the Red Hood.
Anyway.
Still hasn't read it.
Anyway.
Still has not read it.
Today we're going to talk about The Batman.
Batman.
And do a full spoiler review.
Spoiler review. Spoiler.
Let's do this. So, first thing I do want to say, Mark, I was really excited for this film, obviously, before it came out, but you weren't really excited.
No,
I remember you were like passionate about not being excited. You're like, I don't give a crap. I don't want to see another, whatever it was.
I said grounded. I said I wasn't really interested in seeing another grounded Batman. I was more interested in seeing, like the superhero Batman, like like the Ben Affleck Batman, the comic book type Batman. But I wasn't excited. But I knew it wouldn't be a bad film. I knew that. I just wasn't excited about it.
I was super excited about everything. I was super excited about the way it looked, the fact that it was going to be a detective film, the new Batmobile. Excited about all of it. But now that you've seen it, Mark, tell the people.
I loved it. I knew it was going to be a good film. Matt Reeves is a great director. Like, we all know that. I mean, Andy Serkis was awesome. I mean, I love the point that this was a no joke affair, first of all, right? The movie has no jokes. Yeah. It has no levity whatsoever. It's got sarcasm, but no levity whatsoever. Not even from Alfred. I mean, in the past, every time Alfred has been depicted, he has some sort of levity through sarcasm. This does not happen at all in this movie. It is fully serious. I mean, we were talking before the off camera, and you said, and I said, it's like the movie Seven.
Yes,
right? By David
absolutely.
Fincher.
I'm telling everyone that
it's like the movie Seven, but with Batman characters in it. It is dark. It is moody. It is everything that Batman should be in his second year. Confusing. He's confused. The Batman character, he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks he's going about it the right thing, but things happen that make him second guess himself. It is brutal. Like, the fight scenes are absolutely brutal. He's emotional. He's definitely angry. I love the suit. The suit was, I think, very second year. It was just very, very good. And I love the way they never shied away from the panda eyes. In previous movies, there would have been times when the actor would have to take his cowl off, and all of a sudden the panda eyes disappear.
Right? I never pick up on that, actually.
Right? All of a sudden the panda eyes disappear. They cut away, and then he takes it off, and whoo, he's all cleared eye. In this one, they just didn't shy away from it. He didn't treat us, like idiots. Robert Pattinson was very confident. He killed that role. Let's talk about the characters that were in it. They were cast very, very well.
One thing about Pattinson, I guess, I was saying to people that, like, he's really good as Batman. I just think it was just every time he was Bruce Wayne, I felt odd, because I feel like he doesn't look like a Bruce Wayne.
You gotta remember,
and it was a very different Bruce Wayne. In the past, Bruce Wayne is kind of running Wayne Industries at the same time as being Batman. In this, he didn't care. He says, "Hey guys, I don't give a shit about that stuff."
So to give you a bit of a timeline, they give you a timeline about his parents being killed 20 years ago. So how old was he when his parents died? 4, 5, a bit older. I can't really recall. So he's in his late 20s. You can understand, and it's his journey. Alfred kept on harping on about his father's legacy, keeping up appearances. You're Bruce Wayne, got to keep up appearances. But he didn't give a shit. I think in future movies that he might go that way. Keep up appearances, start up the legacy, not the legacy, the revival project again. Fix up the orphanage. His family home, that sort of thing. I mean, I think that is what's in the future movies. I don't want to compare no other movies in the past. That's why I talk about this movie, right? So I just think it was the best use of the source material I've ever seen.
I think it's the best thing about it was that it wasn't an origin at all.
At all.
It just did not matter. Like we all know what happened, right?
And to be honest, he didn't have many lines, but his body language was on point. The looks he gave, as Batman, even as Bruce. Robert Pattinson did a really good job.
He was always going to do a good job. Everyone always doubts these actors, but bloody they're all good actors. So it's like
I agree. I always said that he'd be good too. I always said wait and see. Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, she'd be great. That was the one thing I was like, I wonder what that's going to be like.
She was awesome. She was very good. She was absolutely fantastic. I knew she'd be good as well. And she's got that look, those big eyes like a cat, and absolutely.
And Gordon?
Gordon I thought was great. I mean, he was.
I like the relationship there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that scene in the cop station was so good. Yeah, it's exactly how I would imagine it. The Penguin was awesome, and we couldn't even recognise Colin Farrell.
Farrell. It's Farrell.
Farrell. Sorry, Farrell. Sorry, Colin.
And the Riddler.
The Riddler was great as well. I mean, he was. And the use of social media and
that was cool.
And YouTube, don't get any ideas. And what I loved about it is that when you thought the movie was over, it wasn't. It went on for at least another 45 minutes, man. Like it was great. The car was so scary.
I love the car. From the first time I saw it, I was like, that is a cool. Yeah, I know. A lot of people didn't, but the first time I saw it, I was like, that is a cool looking Batmobile. Like I was saying, like if I had to be seen in a Batmobile on the streets, that would be the one I'd want to be seen in. What was cool was, obviously, I already loved the car, but they built up to it. He didn't drive the car from the get-go. He was on the bike for most of the start, and then
it wasn't even a bat bike.
The scene where they bring on the Batmobile was so good.
It was just scary. It was
when he starts revving it up and stuff.
Like this monster in a cave, yeah. Oh. Like and with that's all I imagined was this monster, and all you see is its eyes in the cave, and then you just hear it grumbling. That's exactly how I saw it, man. It was crazy.
That scene was probably one of my favourite scenes in the whole.
And the car chase with the Penguin. Oh.
Every Batman film, even the Nolan ones, like the Nolan ones were obviously the most. What do you say, like realistic, or like they were trying to make it like a believable Batman world, right? But the thing is,
he came out and said that if Batman existed, this is what it would be like.
So at the time when I first saw those movies, I kind of did think, oh yeah, I see that. Now that I look back on them, they still had a comic book feel to it. I just feel like this didn't feel like a comic book movie.
I reckon it did.
I felt like it was a detective crime story that happened to have Batman on the case. Like it didn't have any of that comic book cheesiness, I guess you see in a lot of the other ones.
All right, I'm going to compare right now. All right, sorry, but it had similar themes to the Dark Knight. But the human psyche about even the good people can go bad, that sort of thing. Like it had those similar themes, and that's what the Riddler was going for, and that's what Gotham was all about. I think Matt Reeves did a better job to zero in on what Gotham really was. A cesspool of corruption, and that's what Batman really was fighting in his early days, was a cesspool of corruption, and Gordon was his only good cop that he could trust. That relationship was great. I think it was. I can't fault it, even though it's grounded. But you can grab that story and put it into a comic book, and it'll work. What did you think about the film? You asked me, but what did you think?
I really liked it. I was just like, this is the Batman film that people have been wanting. It's a detective film. It's not. That's why I was just saying. Like, I didn't feel like a comic book movie to me. It didn't have any sort of comic book cheesiness. It just felt like a really serious detective crime story.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was just like, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's exactly what I'm getting. What did you think? Because I know a lot of people criticize this part. Is the in the cell with the Joker?
Mm-hmm. It's obviously the Joker.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. But what did you think? A lot of people I think I spoke to were like, they didn't need that. I hated that part. It kind of got me excited because I was like, oh, there's going to be more. There's going to be more.
Either way, I don't know. I don't really have I didn't like it, but I liked it. I don't have either. It just is. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I was wondering if like the actor who played Joker, if that's just there to sort of set up the Joker, and if that's actually going to be the actor that plays him, or if that's just there to set it up.
It's that actor.
So that person will be the Joker in the next movie. Okay, that's interesting.
But the question is, like, why is he in Arkham to begin with? That's the question, isn't it? Hang on, I was going to ask you. Did you have a fuck yeah moment in the movie?
Fuck yeah moments. Okay, so the first 10 minutes of the film was so good. Like, the start of the film was just like, holy shit, I'm in for a ride, right? The first 10 minutes of just him talking, narrating, and then him coming out of the shadows and beating up the thugs. But the other fuck yeah moment had to be the car. Just that part. Like, I remember just squeezing Sarah's arms, like, oh my God! Like, I was excited about that because they built up that scene to make the car even more awesome.
What did you think about the symbol?
That was cool. I do like that, how he can take it out and it becomes different things.
Well, I'm glad that someone told me he was going to throw it. I'm glad that he didn't.
Because it wouldn't come back.
No, well, it's a batarang, so it would have came back. But I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that he uses it like he was using it like a knife. Every time he was in the room, he had a presence. They made it, he had a presence, you know, they filmed it in that sense. I mean, my fuck yeah moment would have been at the end when Catwoman sees him hanging and she sees the lad and she goes to help him. I just went, fuck yeah. I don't know, I just thought that was great. I thought she didn't run off, she helped him, you know. That was my fuck yeah moment. I can't fault it. The movie was exactly what I've been waiting for all my life.
That's what I'm saying.
A detective. I've always said, Batman, they just forget the detective part, you know, and you know why? Because it's not exciting.
I think
it's not exciting.
When I read Batman books,
hey, look, you still can have a detective story with a car chase and a cool villain. Who knew?
When I read Batman books, the stories I found most interesting are the detective.
Of course, and they all are. Hush, Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Court of Owls, Black Mirror. You know, they're all detective stories, you know, so, dude, come on, mate.
What would you like to see in a sequel?
Ooh. Well, if it's going to be a third year, you've got to introduce Robin. Because Robin was introduced into the third year.
It was year 3? Wait.
Yes, year 3.
But year 3, isn't that when
Dick Grayson.
Wasn't that when Dick Grayson became Nightwing in year 3?
No.
And Tim Drake came?
No.
Pretty sure Tim Drake comes in year 3.
No. This is a guy who hasn't read Red Hood.
Anyway,
Under the Red Hood.
Anyway, tell us more. Tell us more. Yeah.
You know, if they're going to do year 3 or onwards, yeah, Robin would be good. Why not? Like a Tim Drake? I mean, I'd love to see his version of Robin, like as in, you know,
that would be interesting if they used that Tim Drake actor and he was Tim Drake, and they just skipped on Dick altogether.
They're not going to do that because it's in its own entity.
To be honest, I don't want to see Robin just yet. I want to see a couple of films before I see Robin, but yeah, fair enough. Maybe setting it up for the following.
Yeah, that'd be good as well.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
What would you like to see in a sequel?
I don't know. I was going to say Court of Owls, but you can't because they're already setting up Joker. I'm guessing Joker and Riddler will probably team up in the next one.
Team up movie! So, Jokes of war and riddles.
Yeah, I haven't read that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought of the movie. So an episode that I've always wanted to do with you, Mark, and I've been nagging you for months and you never did it, but I always wanted to
Naked?
No.
Oh.
I've always wanted
Topless?
No. I've always wanted to do an episode with you where we cast our own Batman film.
Yes, we have. I'm pretty sure we have.
I've asked you many times and you never were prepared enough to do it. So maybe we'll do that in the next one, but we'll see. Yeah, that will be in the future as well.
I don't know if I want to do that. Because I cast me as Batman.
If you want to cast you can cast you.
Cast me as Batman. Cast me as Robin. Cast me as Catwoman. Cast me as Riddler, as Joker. I'll do all of them. I'll do all the parts.
I'm Batman.
You're not going to be Batman. Yeah, be behind the camera. That's because that's what you're good for.
Say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Thanks, guys, and keep it simple.
You know how you did with the Star Wars?
Yeah.
Do Batman and you do Robin. But you better not give me Robin. We're waiting for the truck. Waiting for the truck. Truck. We are waiting for
every
truck
fucking week.
past.
There's fucking noise.
It is a industrial estate, dude. Of course, there's going to be trucks going in and out. What do you want me to do?
Do it on a different day.
Look at this guy. Do it on a different day. Doesn't matter what day you put it on. The only time you got no trucks is on the weekends. Can you do it on a weekend?
Well, they should. Looks like.
What do you call it?
Pattinson.
Patterson.
Pattinson. Pattinson. Pattinson.
It's his
Robert
name, Patterson,
Pattinson.
yeah.
Patterson or Pattinsonson?
He is a shocker. He is not a Batman guy.
Batman guy.
He's fooling yous all.
I'm gonna-
He's fooling yous.
I'm just.
Lies,
In reality,
lies.
I'm just guy.